All right, y'all. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J is live. We are ready to get into a fabulously great show as we do every single week. And of course, we're going to start it off this week with stupid people. A lot of stupid people we need to talk about. Dummies, as our brother Jay Grizzy will call them. Fireworks, shark attacks, and what these parents did to their baby is going to drive you nuts. Later on, we're going to talk about the Dukes of Hazzard. And we're going to talk about what this judge said to a person in her courtroom that made some folks have some tears shed. Got a lot to get into, and we're ready to give it to you. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J's right now.
It's about that time. It's about that time to get
Button your lip, open your ears, strap on your thinking cap. Socially conscious talk that's entertaining with a dash of humor and the top sports stories of the week. It's time for Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J.
Sellers has Jordan. Jordan with 2 seconds to go. Puts it up and scores at the buzzer. Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago. Manning lobs it. Burris alone. Touchdown, New York.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier. He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant.
If they lying, then they must be half stepping. You know, half stepping. Marcus J is live. We in the building. Be down with us tonight at 804-402-2893 to be down with the flagship show live from the den right here on Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all to everybody that's listening to us. Thank y'all to those folks that are listening to us at the top of the show on TuneIn. You've got your tablet, your smartphone, you've got your computer or iPhone or whatever it is you use to access the internet. You've searched Legacy Internet Radio on TuneIn, so we appreciate it. Thank you to those folks listening to us on our brand new affiliate streamer, streamer.com, STREEMA. You can find them online. You can find them as an app in the same places you can find TuneIn. So there's another location that you can find Legacy Internet Radio, not just this show, but all of them. We, of course, are the flagship show of Legacy Internet Radio, heard every single Monday night, 7 p.m. until we finish. And our show tonight, as well as every single Monday and every show, are sponsored by Live Action Captions and Free Spirit Enterprises. You'll hear a word from them before the end of the night. And of course, special thank you to those folks that are listening to our replays on YouTube. It's because you guys come check us out every single week. There's a reason why we come in here every single week to do it. As we do every single show, we always make sure that the crew is rounded out. You know who you're hearing from tonight. You hear from this sister every first Monday of the month right here on Legacy Internet Radio. We got our sister Amber's in the building. What's up?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. That was going to be my answer.
I stole your answer?
Yeah, that was going to be my answer.
I think, can we share it?
Sure. We can both be good.
We can be good. So how you feeling today? You having a good day?
I am having a good day, man. My day flew by at work.
For real?
Yeah, I thought it was going to drag.
Mine kind of flew by, too. I'm trying to think. Did I do anything? No, I ain't do nothing cool. It just went by fast.
Yeah, mine too. I thought it was going to be long. I thought it was going to be a real long day because I just changed my work schedule and whatnot, and then I knew I was going to come straight out here.
Yeah.
But I was like...
So when you go to work, do you know pretty much when you get there what time you're going to be done?
Oh, I know exactly what time I'm going to be done. I know exactly what time I'm going to be done.
When you start, you know exactly. I mean, for me, I don't know because of the kind of gig I have. I'm not sure. Today, I was fortunate enough to be finished relatively early considering normal days.
Oh, no, I know exactly what time I'm getting off.
Is it the same all the time? Or?
Oh yeah. I work the same schedule every day. And I just recently changed it, so I only have to go in 4 days a week. But that works for me though because I work so far away.
Right.
So, only having to go in 4 days a week makes all the difference.
I could dig that, man. 3 days. You know what? I think I would drive an extra 30 minutes to work if I knew I was going to get a 3 day 3 days off or 4-day work week out of it, I think I would do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because you're already going into work, and you
Right.
would have been there 5 days if they had told you to be in there for 5 days.
Right.
So, I mean, if I had to work 10 days a week, then I would be working 10 days a week. But lucky enough, I got my schedule approved, so whoop whoop for me, 4 days a week.
Well, whoop-de-doo. I know I'm going to pick on you and whatnot because you asked me a question right before we went live.
What'd I
And you
say?
had a bet that you wanted to make. And so in the interest of full disclosure, I'm going to tell everybody I'm sipping on a nice cold beverage. Just for those folks who are wondering, it's gold. And it's cold. I won't tell you what it is, but it's gold and cold. And so I asked my sister Amber if she wanted some, and she said, hell no, my words. And she said that she hadn't had gold and cold in a little bit of time. And then you asked me a question. You want to tell the listeners what you said to me?
Yeah, I don't remember what I asked you right after that, but I know what I asked you ultimately.
Yes, ultimately. The ultimately is what I wanted to have a little fun with.
Like, do you actually like the taste of liquor?
And I said,
You said yes. You lied to me in my face and said that you like the taste of liquor. And I'm willing to bet that there is nobody. Like, I just don't drink. It's just I can drink like a margarita or a limerita. It's just disgusting. I just do not like the taste of liquor. And I'm willing to bet nobody likes the taste of liquor.
but you're going to lose that, man.
No, okay. There's a difference between people have different liquors that they tolerate better than others, or they can tolerate the taste of it. Nobody likes it. Nobody pours a big red Solo cup up to the brim with ice and sits down and says, and if they do, they have a problem.
Yeah, I can tell you at least one person who would do that, and that's my big brother Joe. Shout out to him, and because I actually watched him do it 24 hours ago.
I know a guy that used to drink rubbing alcohol, but that's not, that's a
Wow.
Nobody likes the taste of that.
Yeah, there's
you don't like the
there's
taste
rehab
of
and
it.
therapy in that guy's future.
Oh, heck yes.
I
Heck
actually
yes.
do though, Amber. I drink Crown Royal, and I'm kind of pretentious about it. I put it in a decanter and everything, man.
So, like, how much do you pour?
It depends on what I'm doing after I pour it. I mean, if I'm here, I might pour it, over some ice and, with some ginger ale because I need to be coherent in here while I'm talking.
If you didn't need to be coherent and you were sitting around family and friends and whatnot, would you ever pour yourself a cup of Crown Royal as big as you would pour yourself a cup of Kool-Aid?
I would not because Kool-Aid I can drink and pee. Crown Royal I would drink and pass out. That's the difference. That's the difference. Now, in the interest again of full disclosure, I have a red cup in my hand, and I'm showing Amber right now. Ideally, if I was pouring Crown Royal for myself, and I knew that I was in a safe place where I could just chill,
right,
and be okay for a little while before I had to get behind the wheel, I would probably go right around somewhere in this neighborhood right here. And I ain't telling y'all because y'all need to be in my business, but Amber knows. So somewhere in this range right here is where I would go. And I like mine neat. And for those folks who don't drink, neat means straight, no chaser, no ice, nothing. Just
warm liquor.
Just warm, yeah. Now, also, in the interest of full disclosure, Pops J, shout out to Pops J. I just hung out with him this weekend. That was a good time. Him and Moms were here in the Richmond area. He always tells me you shouldn't do that. Shouldn't drink it warm. Shouldn't drink it straight. Always need to have a chaser because it's bad for you to drink it straight. And I know he's right. He's always right. He's my pop. But that's how I like it.
It's disgusting. You're not going to convince me that it's good. If it was good, you would pour it all the way up to the brim.
But I told you, Amber, you can't do that. You're going to die if you do that. You can't do it.
You're right, and there's a reason you're going to die. It's because it's poison.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to drink it. That's why it's disgusting.
It is poison. It's poison. You're right about that.
I can't take
it's not disgusting,
it's not something that I just don't see why anybody would want to drink that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's something you have to psych yourself up for. That's why people have chasers, because it's disgusting and you need to get that taste out of your mouth. Yeah. So, I mean, I
just told you I don't want the chaser.
Huh?
I just told you I don't want the chaser.
So I don't think that if they made like Hennessy dipping sauce at McDonald's that people would order it. I don't think that people would dip their nuggets in Hennessy.
That's actually, you know what though, Amber?
No, not Hennessy barbecue sauce. Nobody's dipping their nuggets in Hennessy.
Well, I mean, if you go to I ain't calling them out because they ain't paying us, but there is a family restaurant that has a day of the week in their name, and they have the Jack Daniels
Well,
flavor.
yeah, but it's flavored.
Right.
It's flavored with it. I mean, a lot of people use like liquor and wines and and
But you
spirits and
can't go
stuff
to
as
McDonald's
additives.
and give the sauce because kids might get it.
Okay, but you're also not going to go home and dip your nuggets in a shot glass of Jack Daniel's whiskey or Crown Royal or anything. And if it was good, you would. People dip their nuggets in ice cream.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm thinking about that next piece of fried chicken, Amber. I might take you up on it.
And you're gonna spit it back out. They're gonna spit it back
I'm
out.
gonna think I'm crazy. They don't have Steppin with Marcus J. Listen, I teased it when we set up the show in the beginning that we were gonna talk about some stupid people. You ready to talk about stupid people?
Sure.
All right, stupid people. And when you raised up, your elders tell you don't call people stupid. Mm-hmm. And when I got older, I agree. Don't call people stupid unless they're stupid. And these next couple of people that we're going to talk about are stupid people, starting with Jason Pierre-Paul. Now, this show used to be a show that was built around sports. And we decided we weren't going to do that. If there was a sports story that we wanted to talk about that fit with the socially conscious stuff and what the hell type stuff that we like to talk about here, then we'll talk about a sports story. This ain't really a sports story. This is a story that involves an athlete. Jason Pierre-Paul, defensive end for the New York Football Giants, my team, over the weekend did something incredibly stupid to himself. Saturday was July 4th, Independence Day. Many folks here in our country celebrate that day with fireworks and things of that sort. And Jason Pierre-Paul was one of them. And he ended up buying a whole bunch of fireworks. He had a whole U-Haul truck or whatever truck full of them. And instead of, here's where it gets stupid. Instead of paying someone, because he's an athlete with millions of dollars. So instead of paying someone to blow off the fireworks so that he can enjoy them like a normal person, he decided that he wanted to be the one to set off the fireworks and promptly blew his hands up. Both of them. Severe injury to his hands, skin coming off, nerve damage in the fingers. I mean, he may not be able to utilize his hands the way he did on Friday for the rest of his life. Now, here's the other thing. He's 26 years old and had just been offered a $60 million contract from the New York Football Giants until this injury. That contract offer has been rescinded. So I don't know if you think he's a stupid person. I'm going to ask you if you think he's a stupid person. I think he's a stupid person. Amber, what do you think?
I don't think that he thought that was going to happen. I mean, he was probably like, oops. But no, yeah, it's a stupid situation to put yourself in because everybody knows that fireworks are dangerous. But, we learn that when we're little kids. So, I have a hard time feeling sorry for people that have those types of oopses. But, hey, $60 million.
$60 million. Now, I know I'm going to ask you this like every time I see you because I forget what you told me last time. But as far as sports, do you have that team that you follow all the time? Do you care?
Oh, no, okay. I don't.
Not even a little bit.
I was going to ask you why you said the New York Football Giants.
Because that's kind of like an arrogant thing that Giants fans kind of do. Some of us, because there used to be a baseball team in New York called the New York Giants. They moved to.
But isn't it the New York Jets?
There's also the New York Jets. Yeah.
So they say the New York Football Jets?
No, you don't, because the New York Giants were a football team, or they still are a football team in New York, but they used to be New York Giants baseball team in New York.
Oh, okay. And now they're San Francisco Giants.
Now they're San Francisco Giants.
Okay,
exactly.
Okay. See, I know a little something.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. I'm surprised you're not a Chargers fan, a Padres fan.
When I was in San Diego growing up watching football because it was the only thing on in my house, I was a Chargers fan because everybody was a Chargers fan, and it gives you something to root for. I really do wish that I could get into sports and whatnot. My buddy is really into basketball, so I was trying to keep up.
What team does your buddy root for? Do you know?
Oh my goodness, don't get me to lying. I don't know what team in real life, I don't know what team she roots for, but I know that we were both rooting for the Warriors because I'm a bandwagon type person and I knew they were going to win.
Of course.
No, I just no, honestly
not for
though.
You, I'm just saying in general.
No, but honestly, I liked them because I like Steph Curry,
right.
you know, and I knew that he didn't have a ring and LeBron has tons of them, and I guess I like LeBron because I wear his sneakers all the time.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know anything about him, but
well, this is what you do. I'm gonna give you some homework. So what is this? July. So when basketball camp starts up in October, and usually the first
start
day
practicing real soon.
Yeah, and they're doing a summer league in the next week or two. So they always play like the rookies and second year guys. They play summer league, and
the people they just picked, right?
A lot of the people that they just picked, and the people that they were picked last year, and low level free agents and stuff like that. They usually play out the summer league, and this usually goes for about 2 weeks. And if you're like an obsessive basketball fan, like our brother K-Dub down in Atlanta, then you would watch that,
right?
But if you are just somebody who couldn't care less, you know, then you might not even know that it existed.
I had no idea.
So your homework that neither one of us probably will remember when the time comes, but we'll put it out there anyway, is to pick a team to follow. Since you said that you wanted to be a fan,
I know I want to like a team.
You want to like a team, and so your homework is to pick a team, whether it's Golden State or San Diego doesn't have a team. So I guess you can pick the Lakers or the Clippers, or you can come here to the East Coast and pick, you know, Washington, whoever you want to pick. Pick a team and follow them for the season. We'll have some fun with it. Does that sound feasible?
Yes.
Right.
I'm going to find a team. I'm going to ask my buddy for some help.
And we're going to both forget about it, but it's fun to talk about it now. Ain't no Step In with Marcus J. live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. If you hear us, Amber and I, in here just shooting the breeze about all things stupid people, call us at 804-402-2893. You want to hear another stupid person story, Amber?
Sure.
This one is K-Dub is actually listening, and he's shouting us out because we just shouted him out. Ain't no half stepping. The K-Dub down at ATL is listening to us. More stupid people. This one is a little bit sad, you know, because this guy's stupidness cost him his life. I'm getting this one from YahooNews.com. It's a fella who took the shooting the fireworks off to a whole nother level. 22-year-old man in Maine was drinking and celebrating the 4th of July, tried to launch a firework off the top of his head, killing himself instantly, Amber. He killed himself instantly. Devin Staples and his friends obviously have been drinking, because I can't imagine anybody stupid enough to do that sober. But Saturday night, of course, they was at the homie's crib in Eastern Maine. He placed a reloadable fireworks mortar tube on his head and told his friends he was going to light it. His friends tried to get him to stop and not do it. Quote, apparently he thought this was a great idea. This is what Stephen McCaskill, a spokesman for the Department of Public Safety, this is what he said. His friends, they dissuaded him from doing it, and they thought that he had, next thing they know, he ignited the fireworks and he was killed instantly. His brother Cody told the New York Daily News that he was feet away from his brother when he lit the fireworks, and he was the first to come to his side. Quote, and this part's a little bit sad, there was no rushing him to the hospital. There was no Devin left when I got there. End quote. This is what 25-year-old Cody Staples said of the accident. Of course, Cody being 25, Devin being 22, that's his little brother. Just watch his little brother blow his own head off. There's more to it, but I don't think we need to get any more into that. With all due respect to the dead, I think that Devin is a stupid person. What do you think, Amber?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's kind of cruel to say that that's really not sad. But, I mean, it's not, I mean, like, when you put yourself in that, what do you think was going to happen? I mean, it's not like that was a sparkler or something, and it's just unheard of. Like, oh, my God, I can't believe it. Somebody blew their head off with a sparkler? Or, you know, like, I mean, that's something that I'd be like, oh, my gosh, that's really sad, because who hasn't done that?
But even if it was a sparkler, like, don't you still get stupid person status for that?
Well, I mean, everybody knows that fireworks are dangerous. So, you know, it's hard to feel bad. I can't really feel bad for the John Paul, what's the football player that was?
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Yes, with a $60 million contract. You know, I can't really feel bad for him. I mean, and, you know, it's the Newton's theory of evolution. You know what I mean?
$60 million gone.
Got closer than I ever got.
Yeah. Well, you know, Judge Judy, she would always say that every third person is a stupid person. She said, so, you know, if you're in a crowd, just grab someone. That's probably an idiot.
Dun, dun.
You know, and of course, I'm totally butchering whatever it was she said, but that was kind of the gist of it and whatnot.
I follow it.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, she's right.
Yeah, I actually like Judge Judy. I get a kick out of her. I don't know why, but I kind of like her bailiff better because that's a brother who he chilling. Ain't no Steppin on Marcus J. 804-402-2893. All right, here's one that's got me riled up, Amber.
Okay.
I'm riled up about this. These damn shark attacks in North Carolina.
Oh, yeah, I keep hearing about those.
See, here's the deal, Amber. Today being, what is it, July 6th, Monday, July 6th. And in the last 4 weeks, there have been 8 shark attacks. 8. Translation, that's about 2 a week. In an area that's used to getting 1 a year. North Carolina hospital confirmed just today there was another attack, which was the 8th. Spokesperson for the Naval Hospital of Camp Lejeune told the news station the shark bite victim was brought to the hospital. And the official said the bite happened in Surf City. The male victim was treated and released. So, of course, it's not that bad off for him. He was treated and released. Wednesday, 68-year-old man pulled from the water. The end of June, 2 bitten off of Cape Hatteras. June 26th, 47-year-old man bitten in the leg near Avon. 27th, 18-year-old swimming bit in his ass and his calf and both his hands. And you've got some in South Carolina as well. So basically that whole little coastal area is kind of crazy right now. Now, I got some real strong opinions about this, and hopefully we can spend a little time on this because I'm feeling some kind of way about these shark attacks and the reporting of it. But before we get into that, just tell me your initial thought, Amber. What do you think, these shark attacks?
That's what happens when you go to their house. Like, I mean, they live there. You know what I mean? Like, that's where they live. And, I mean, after the first one, hey, certain things I don't need to experience, you know? Like, I mean, I've been in the ocean before. That's what they make swimming pools for.
Yeah, man.
You know, that's what they make. I mean, if it was like a swimming pool drains going crazy around the U.S., you know, now that would be something
that would be scary.
Now, this is just people ignoring knowledge that's available to you. This is the information that's available to you. This will come through like as an alert on your phone if you have the setting. I mean, like, how can you not know that there are sharks in the water? Now, if you get bit, hey, thought it wasn't gonna be you, huh?
No, man. This week is Shark Week on Discovery, Nat Geo. I am a Discovery Channel nerd, as is my 12-year-old. I call affectionately Mama J. And we watch this stuff, man. We watch. It's Shark Week, so we watch these things. And last night, we was watching this thing, and they counted down from 5 down to 1, the most dangerous states for shark attacks. And I don't remember the exact order, but the 5 states were California, Hawaii, both Carolinas, and Florida. Excuse me, both Carolinas. Let me say that right. Both Carolinas, Hawaii, California, and Florida. And both of the Carolinas, of course, is what we're seeing now. And like you said, I mean, you hit the nail right on the head. I mean, come on, man. It's their house. You know, there is no such thing. First of all, people, let's be clear. There is no such thing as a shark attack. Let's be clear. There is no such thing as a shark attack. Because if you come to Marcus J's house and I bludgeon your ass, there is no attack on you. You were trespassing. You got your ass blooded. Imagine how colossally arrogant it is to call that a shark attack. Amber, I mean, really, like you said.
That is true.
And there was a sister, I can't remember her name. She was just a random person who had put a video on her own personal Facebook page discussing this, and it ended up going viral. In like 2 days, she had like 2 million hits to her Facebook page, a bunch of strangers. And she just went on a 2-minute rant about how it is the shark's house. She said, quite comically, if a chicken came to my house, a chicken is food because it's my house. And so if you go to the shark's house, you are food.
Right. That's true.
Now, that's
real true.
Here's the question I want to ask you, Amber. Here's my question. Why is it news? Like, why is it dominating the local news here in the Richmond, Virginia area as well as the national news? I can't figure that out, especially when I also know that during the same period of time, there's an equal number of of black churches that are going up in smoke mysteriously. Some of which have faulty wiring. Okay, that's what they want to tell us, fine. Some of which have been hit by lightning, if that's what happened. Okay, fine. But churches going up in smoke during the climate of the country these days, no one's talking about that, but we talk about shark attacks. What do you think about that? Am I tripping?
Some people care about churches being, going up in flames. Some people care about sharks.
Yeah, but there's more on the more conversation about the sharks, man.
Says who?
Says the news stations that I'm looking at, and I'm looking at what I can go by is what I see on television, me personally, and I'm one of those people who's pretty versed in watching the news. I watch the news every day. I check different websites just because I'm somewhat of a news junkie. And then, of course, I study, well, not study, that's overstated, but I see my own personal Facebook wall. And so all I can go by is my own perception as a person who considers himself pretty worldly when it comes to looking for the news, not having the news come to me. So that's my perspective.
I just don't really see I don't see the point in seeking out. I think that, and that's kind of why why I'd gone into deactivating my account, because what's the point? I don't need somebody to tell me what's important to me.
Right.
I appreciate being informed as well as much as the next person. I like to know what's going on to a certain extent, just so that I can kind of understand the climate of what's going on. But I don't need every single story. I don't need I don't need the name of every church or every victim or every, police shooting. I don't need all of that to understand what's going on,
right.
And I think that the perpetual talking about it and the sharing and that's what keeps it going, and that's what makes it relevant. That's what gives it power. That's what propels it forward. And I'm just, we always talk about how short life is, and you should enjoy but how can you enjoy your life and be aware at the same time?
Right.
You can't even go in the ocean anymore without, you can't even go for a swim without,
without that.
Watching so I don't know. I unplug from a lot of it, sometimes, because what's the biggest news, what is the meat and potatoes of the situations will find themselves to me, and I just have to be discerning about every other thing, because I just think, is this the hill I want to die on?
Right.
Because what am I going to do about the sharks? I can't do nothing about the sharks, and I'm definitely not about to help pay their medical bills.
Right.
I'm sorry for them that happened. I can empathize, because that's their family and they're going through that. But I still have to get up to go to work in the morning, and it doesn't directly affect me and my life.
Right.
So, and I'm not going to the beach and getting in the water anyway.
Right. That's a good point. And I know, when we were talking before, one of the questions that you asked me, and we talked briefly about, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this later in the show, was the question, what's the point? The point. What's the point of staying informed? So we're gonna build more, and I think what you just gave was a great tease on how we're going to kind of get into that conversation. And we invite anybody that's listening to call us at 804-402-2893 to be a part of that discussion when Amber and I discuss what's the point. What's the point of being informed? 804-402-2893. There's one more stupid person or stupid people thing that I want to get to before we take our first break of the night. This one happened in Turkey, the country of Turkey, where a couple are hanging out on the water, and they happened to look up, and their 10-month baby girl was in a raft and drifted off nearly a mile away from them. How do you get so wrapped up in your own stuff that you don't notice your 10-month-old baby girl? She drifted almost a mile out to sea alone in an inflatable toy raft that got caught in the fast-moving currents. Her parents, as I mentioned, were sunbathing, didn't realize she was gone, until terrified beach pointers pointed out that the couple, and of course the rescue got on the way at that point. She was all alone in an inflatable raft-like vessel. You can see in the video, which we obviously can't show you, but there is a video, and you can't help but think what might have happened, especially, and this is not in North Carolina, it's in the country of Turkey, right outside the country of Turkey. But we just got finished spending 5-10 minutes talking about shark attacks.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this one?
That's crazy. How did she get in the water?
Well, her parents, they were all in the water together. The parents were sunbathing. She was in a little, raft. They were sunbathing on the beach. And because she was in that little raft and they weren't paying attention, they were sunbathing, the raft just slowly took her out to sea. And it was other people on the beach who noticed it, not the sunbathing parents.
So they didn't grab her before she drifted out that far,
They were sunbathing. Yeah, they were sunbathing and not paying attention.
I mean, it takes a village, but I mean, shoot, when she started, somebody can get the baby and teach the lesson later, like, hey guys, you should have been watching your kid. But no, I think that's crazy. And all the people in the world that want kids, and they got one.
I say they got one, but you know what? I don't know how long you should keep this kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I never would want to endorse taking a kid away from a parent. But like, you can get put in like parent timeout. Is there such thing?
They would probably appreciate that.
Yeah, okay. Man, like parent timeout. Like, I don't know how long you take the kid away, maybe for a little bit of time, but the fact that these parents allowed their child to drift out to sea nearly a mile. Yeah. There's something going on with that's making me feel a little bit uncomfortable. Shout out to our brother, ain't no hashtag Marcus J. Shout out to our brother Hakeem. Hakeem is listening to us. He's saying what's up to the crew. 502 baby, that's for you, K-Dub. He's shouting you out as well. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. We're gonna take our first break of the night. And when we come back, we got some more conversation. We're going to talk about what this judge said that made some folks cry. There was a very interesting story that came out of everyone's favorite supermarket, Walmart. And we're going to ask the question, what's the point? Amber's going to ask it. Marcus J. and Amber are going to discuss it. What's the point of staying informed? They know how stepping with Marcus J. Live from the den, Legacy Internet Radio. Stay with us. We'll be back in a few minutes.